Practice makes progress. Practice also makes permanent, which is why you're never supposed to practice something the wrong way, because then you're never going to be able to undo that if you're learning an instrument or something. So just like a piano or a job or things like that, we also want to practice what to do in an emergency. And that includes how to evacuate, where to evacuate. And then this isn't something you necessarily need to practice with your family, but I want you to practice, in yourself, just being prepared to be stuck at home unexpectedly. Practicing getting out is going to be practicing where to go, having the kids actually get there by themselves, depending on what age they are. And you can follow them, right? You don't have to have them completely alone, but make sure that they're able to do it by themselves so they can escape and they can go somewhere and they can verbalize what to do. And if you're going to leave with pets, practice leaving with pets. They'll love the outing or they won't, but they'll deal because now you know what's going to go wrong before you're actually dealing with that situation. So practice these different things so that when the situation comes up, you're ready for it. And use any little opportunities in life as like maybe we should be prepared for that. I remember one time I was stuck in the car for like multiple hours because I was coming home from work and a cattle truck turned over on the road in the middle of ice. It was not the best experience ever. I got home safe and sound. It was fine. But it involved driving through these like tiny little mountain roads. And I saw all these cars off the road. And after that, I always carried a shovel, snowshoes, and sand in the back of my car because I saw the difference between people who were stuck and people who were not stuck. I wanted to be the not stuck people. And I saw multiple people in snowshoes digging out their cars and pouring out sand or cat litter. Cat litter is a great option too. And I was like, I want to be that person. And so I used that as an opportunity to prepare my car. Nowadays, I'm always in the city. I never go up there, so I don't worry about it. But back when I worked up in the mountains, I had my car always prepared year round with those things and also hot hands, water, extra coats, extra food, everything I might need just in case. Because that one experience, even though nothing happened, I used an opportunity to come up with something and then kind of practice it in a small way. Like if I were in a smaller situation, I'd use what I had and see how it worked. If I needed to dig out my car from the parking place, I'd use the shovel in my car and make sure it was a shovel I could actually use, because sometimes the little shovels you keep in the back of your car are garbage and they don't work. And that's a good time to find it out when someone else can dig you out, not when you need it in an emergency. So try it out. Practice when it comes up in your real life too. Practice things with your kids. I think I talked in an earlier video about just like practicing having them come when you call. Practice with your pets, having them come when you call, so that in an emergency, they'll come to you. Also, practice calling an emergency number. In the back of the download that I have for you, there is a printable you can put on your fridge. It looks like a little kid one, but honestly, it works for anybody because it's easy to see. It's easy to figure out what you're supposed to do. It has all the different emergency numbers that you might need on there, and not just like the general emergency number, but some other specific ones. You should always have like the non-emergency number for your city and know like who to call in different situations. And of course, you don't want your kid to practice calling 911 in real life or whatever your emergency number is, but they should practice it not actually calling them. If you ever get an opportunity to go visit, though, super cool experience. Or you can watch a video online to see what's happening on the other side of 911 or whatever the emergency number is where you are, so that your kids can understand what's happening. They can practice calling whoever your family contact is that they would be calling in case of an emergency. My kids, when they were little, knew that they could call my sister or grandma, and we'd practice. They'd know we were practicing, so we didn't freak them out, but my kids would practice calling and saying, I need you to come pick me up. Simple, but effective. They practiced getting to grandma's house on their own. They both practiced Ubering before they ever needed to. And then when situations came up, when I needed them to get somewhere by themselves, I used that as another opportunity to practice. They have all these things they've practiced so that if the emergency does happen, they're prepared. Each time you practice, jot it down. You're going to be surprised how rarely you actually practice, especially the evacuation stuff. You'll be like, oh yeah, we just did that. And then you'll look at your schedule and be like, oh, 2 years ago. So make sure you write that down somewhere. You can use it, the booklet I gave you. It's at docrobinschool.com/YouTube, or keep it on your phone, your calendar, but keep track of how often you're actually practicing. And then find what didn't go right and fix it for next time. Make a better plan. Or if some piece of equipment didn't work, or if people don't like some of the food, or if something in your first aid kit is broken or used up, always just kind of keep it as part of your habit. What I personally do is at the beginning of each semester of school, even though my kids are homeschooled and very busy with their activities, I kind of use the semester mark to check all the first aid kits, check the supplies in the back of the car, check that we have backstock of food in case of being stuck at home and not having power, not being able to get to the grocery store, all those different things. I kind of do a twice a year check. That's also when I check the batteries in our smoke alarms, like all those checky things. I just kind of do it at the beginning of each semester. That way I don't have to worry about it the rest of the time. So have your schedule, have a checklist. So you just check it off and then you're done. You don't have to think about it for another semester or whatever your schedule is going to be. And remember, being prepared is not something you have to be worried about all the time. Once you've become prepared, you just stay prepared. And then when you need it, it's there. And you'll be so glad it is. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to patients or friends or family. I obviously am very into this. I talk to people about it all the time who are in a situation. They're like, you know what? I remembered it was there and I just went and got it. And it was just there. And even people who never practice and never double check, it's still there. Now, ideally, it's not expired. It's not worn out. It actually works. But having it is the very first step. And if you've tested it and checked it once in a blue moon, you're ahead of the game. And now you don't have to think about it because you're ready. You don't have to be scared of what might happen because you will know what to do. And remember, if there's something you didn't prepare for, you're resourceful and you can rely on other humans. That's what humans have always done throughout history. So go to my website, getdocrobinschool.com/YouTube to get the whole printable, fill it all out, be prepared, and let me know in the comments how it went for you. Go get ready, be prepared, and be confident.